Hey everyone, and welcome back to our Dungeons and Dragons session where I play Storm King's Thunder with all these amazing people next to me, with Seely, Ryan, Lotari, Miss Leche, and Crozier, which you all know by now for sure. So I don't want to do big introductions. What we're currently doing here, we've leveled up the characters to level 4. Since they reached another milestone by reaching Goldenfield, actually. As you can see as well, Silaris is back with us, so he woke up from his lethargy, from his adventuring sickness, as it's called in the world of Furun, which happens quite often, actually, but, well, even great wizards or sorcerers are not immune to that. So, that's that. What the heroes did, they picked a feat, they rolled hit points currently, got some new actions and spells. Since we don't have character doing a recap here, let me quickly as a DM recap what happened last time, and then we quickly answer some questions from the players, and then we dive right in. Well, actually, let's do questions before. So is there still something we need to discuss, or we're just open right now?
I was just trying to find out what exactly my proficiency modifier is.
Okay, so proficiency is next to your walking speed, so next to your charisma, on the top middle.
I see. Okay, so this gets added to my attack roll anytime I use my weapons.
It's actually already calculated in your hit DC if you have the weapon equipped, because it just checks if you are proficient with it or not. So, for example, if you're plus 5 on the longbow, then it's already in there. The thing is, because, for example, you don't need to pick longbow, I just saw it, because you already have martial weapons as proficiency. So all the martial weapons are in there.
I see, okay. I'm going to need to pick up some more weapons.
Cool. Also, thanks for the host, Crozier. While you choose weapons, I quickly recap what's happened. And I think everything started in Nightstone, where the heroes went back to Nightstone to just get the reward, get a bit drunk. And after a night of excessive drinking, I think the only one who really slept for the night was Sin. In the morning, they thought about traveling. But they don't want to travel on foot, so they thought about getting some horses. But after figuring out that horses are probably a bit too expensive for them, they made an attempt at stealing them to only back out in the last minute and, well, to leave on foot again. They choose to take the eastern road next to the Adal Deep Forest, where they actually met Zephyros, the cloud giant. And, well, nothing happened this time as they passed by his cloud castle. But therefore, in the night when Nehemiah had watched, a group of Northlanders approached them. And Nehemiah was so kind to invite them to enter the camp. And it was a nice discussion. They were members of the Sky Pony tribe. They talked about leaving the north. I'm not sure how much the heroes remembered of this conversation. But what they definitely remember is, as soon as they saw Alaris, the leader of the tribe, or at least of this little group, tried to attack Alaris. He actually made a one-on-one combat, and Alaris stood her own, and everything would have been fine, but then Sin got a bit cocky. And there was this conversation between them, and I'm not sure how it happened, but at some point the leader of them burst in hellish flames after Sin pointed at him. So that kind of was the breaking point for the Northlanders to just attack the group. And it was a close battle. I think Nehemiah went down. The rest of the group stood their own, except Sin. I think Sin was the first one to run. So after some people went down, he turned back and he fired 2 lethal shots at the remaining enemies to finish them off, while the women and kids and some other Northlanders fled with the wagon. So at least everything was secured, and they could continue the way to Goldenfields, where at the entrance to Goldenfield, they had to do some search, the guards did some searching at them. They cleared everything off them, so everything which was eatable, drinkable, everything was rottable, really. So provisions and everything just went to the trash bin. And they also got cleaned up by a very nice mage. So all the blood-spilled clothing is now fresh as the first day. They smell good. The hair is done. So they're in their best form as probably ever. It was a shame that Hilaris was not, there to witness it, so to say, because he probably would have liked it. And after that, they made their way to the center of Goldenfields, where they met a talking tree. an ant, so to say. He was called Lifeless, and they had a bit of conversation, nothing too deep, because they just wanted to figure out where the commander of the Lord Alliance was located in Goldenfields. So they made their way to the inn, and I think that's something last time I didn't explain too much. So let me quickly talk a bit more about the inn. The inn is called Northfir's End, and it's a very nice view, because let me just read it off because it's easier for me. It's a 3-story stone. I don't even know what the word means. Edifice? You know what it means?
Edifice.
Edifice, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to use the word gargoyle. It's not quite a statue, but it's like a prominent feature of the front of a building, I think. I might have the wrong word there myself.
That sounds very good, because that's what it is, with arched windows, and there are like thin plumes of smoke from all the chimneys of the inn, and from the chimneys around, from the houses around. There are life-size statues of rearing horses that flank the double doors that lead to the common room, and above these doors hangs a wooden sign that says like Northfir's End in very fancy lettering. And west of the building there's also like a big stable. It looks like a really big stable, actually. It's, as you already figured out, Goldenfield is not that kind of small town. And as you walked into Northfir's End, it felt like a big northern meat hall. So, but instead of having the tables just lined up in a straight line, the tables were just all over the place. And the atmosphere was really good, as a little gnome danced and rapped on the tables and really entertained the guests, while Alaris actually met a friend of hers, Ola the Capitator, and they discussed a bit what happened since she left her crew. And I think this is where we can actually, leave off. Anything else we want to add to that, or do you want to start?
I regret not doing the recap. I feel misrepresented about the encounter.
Well, you had your chance.
You had your shot.
Good.
So we're all in this big tavern, basically.
So as it's currently this scenario, you joined up with Ola the Decapitator, and
who? What?
Yeah, it's a very nice orc. She's a farmer in this town. She grows a lot of crops, but she knows Alaris from the past. We have seen 2 people here. The right one is the little halfling bard that dances and like entertains the audience on the table you're currently sitting at. Mm-hmm. And the left one is the innkeeper. He's called Mirosh. And he brought all of you beers except Sin, who got tap water. And this beer is very good. It's from their own brewery in Goldenfield. The brew is called Golden Pub. So that's the name of the beer. And also the mugs are very nice, because they look custom made. They have these drawings onto them, and the first thing he did as he gave it out, the mugs and the beer, he told you all about the brewery. He told you how he crafted the mugs himself some time ago. So, and after you got the beer, and Alaris talked a bit with Ola. Now he's sitting at this table where this little halfling dances and sings, and yeah, it's a very nice mood.
So who's next to me?
I don't know who
wants
to sit
next to me.
one of the group, probably.
One of the group.
I'll volunteer.
You're next to me. Okay, so I wake up from my slumber and I immediately start hugging you. And then when I realize what I'm doing, I immediately let go. And,
are you alright there, Solarius?
You wouldn't imagine what happened. It felt like I was in my body, but I immediately forgot what I saw, and everything was new, and it was crazy. I couldn't control my own body. This is the worst feeling I ever had in my life.
Wow, we did wonder. We tried to snap you out of it, but eventually we just came to the conclusion that you were never going to be your normal self again. And I'll be honest, we were okay with that. I'm glad you're back. It's fine.
Quiet.
The little halfling
Yeah.
stops singing. He looks down to Solaris. Don't worry. Like, that's the adventuring sickness. We all had it before. Like, every one of us had it. Like, Mirosh, right? You had it too. You see the innkeeper. Yeah, multiple times.
Oh my god, disgusting. Maybe it was something in the drinks I had with Alara at the bar
Maybe.
in Nightstone. Ooh.
This is why I say no to alcohol.
Now you'll be laughing when it
I mean, we got to try the next one, right? Cheers.
Another round of golden pop?
Yes.
Sure will do. You just brings you. So tell me, what brings you to Goldenfields?
Sorry, we were looking for. Oh, I've forgotten her name. Was it? No.
Describe her. Maybe I can help you with.
Maxime,
Maxime.
the commander of the
Yeah,
that's the name.
commander of the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah, she owns a ruin up there.
Yeah.
She's one of our, how to say it, more permanent residents in this town.
I love your
in what?
accent. Where are you from?
From Goldenfields. But I have the tendency to switch accents all the time. It's
Okay.
like, it's an innkeep problem, I guess. It's like you meet new people and you switch accents. I don't know. It's happens, you know.
Yeah. I mean, does Maxime accept? Wait, Maxime? Did we not wait? Out of game question. Was
Yes.
Maxime not the dwarf we met?
Yeah. Maxine is the commander of the dwarfs.
Nope.
No, then misunderstood that. Okay, well, is she available to take guests? Do you know?
I mean, you can lock at her door and see if she's up for it, I guess.
Okay, Ryan, you're Solarius. You're the one with the letter and the brother in high places. You go and
Yeah, Mickey.
why
said
don't
he
you go
saw-
and knock?
All right. Yeah, I mean, this sickness really turned me into somebody else. But I don't think I would normally ask. But does anybody want to join me? I mean, just or is it better if
Fine.
I go?
Let's
No.
just go.
So all of
Okay.
you go, or
Maybe
Who
we
wants
should
to
all
go?
go.
Maybe we should.
Mm,
If Alaris doesn't mind being dragged away from Ola.
Yeah, it's okay.
by the way, like if you just here now, you wanna have room for in my tavern as well, because then
Oh,
I could write on the
Yeah.
beers, you know. Otherwise, I would like you to pay right now.
We'll take a room for the night.
One room for all of you. It's a bit cozy.
Let's call it 2.
2 rooms. Okay, so one sleeps like I have double rooms, but so one of you would need to sleep on the ground.
I'll make it 3. Make it 3. I'll take a single
Okay.
one.
Because I kind of don't want to let that happen, you know. Like in my inn, everyone should feel like the comfort and like the like just relaxed, and like sleeping on the ground kind of doesn't do that to you. So okay, 3 rooms for you it is then. I'll give you the keys straight after you come back here. I'll keep your beers fresh and filled for you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Okay.
It's very
Let's go.
irritating to look at him because, like, all his white hair, it looks really furry, and you haven't seen something like him at all. He's looking humanoid, but also the hair kind of doesn't. It's like it's very strange.
Can I ask you something?
Mirosh,
What happened to your face?
my face. Oh well, you know,
I say, Sid, don't be rude.
I've always been like that. I've been at a circus for a time, you know. They called me the Yeti. After that, I thought like, well, I don't care anymore. I went a bit adventuring, and now I'm here, and this is like my story. So there's nothing more to it, you know. And as an innkeeper, like with this hair, you're something special, so people come back to see you. Like, I think it's a win-win situation.
It's true, I always come here when I'm in Goldenfield.
Look at this lady; she knows what she's talking about.
Well, fair enough.
Well then, I'm going back to my counter, and you go back right up there the stairs. And the first door to the left, she has the biggest room in the inn, so you can't miss it.
Fantastic.
Okay, let's go. So you make up your way up the stairs. You go down, take the first one left, and there's only like one door in this hallway. It suggests that she really owns kind of like the whole left wing, so to say, of this inn, which is probably from if you would estimate at least like 5 rooms or something. So very luxurious. Yeah.
Team, we did clear out some bandits before, right? Some they weren't bandits, right? They were barbarians or something.
Yeah, barbarians.
Yeah.
Barbarians. So I'm not sure if we should mention. I think we should first get an impression of how they stand towards those tribes.
I feel like in general, it seems to be a place that is open to all kinds of adventuring, but you never know.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we knock? Let's give it a good knock, a confident knock.
The best kind.
Yes! I'll come in! You going in?
We wait. Oh, it's come in. I thought I'm coming. Okay, let's enter.
So you enter, and facing the door, there's a big table with a lot of documents and scribes up there. There's a very nice lady sitting there. She's looking like this. Let me quickly get mirrors away here. This is Naxim. She's currently sitting at her desk. She's doing something. It's like she's writing something on some scrolls. And as you come into the door, she just puts the scroll away, looks at you. It's my pleasure. How can... Oh my... Look at this. The young Lord Sparrowhawk. What an honor.
Hello. It's an honor to meet you again.
Yeah, you can't remember me, can't you?
Again? No, not really.
Well, you danced with my daughter at the last, not the last Midsummer Ball, but like some years ago. Then you suddenly vanished.
That does sound like me, I guess. Might have been my brother.
I've heard that you've been training with some Harper mages. I heard they got this tiefling from Silvermoon. Am I right?
That is correct. That's correct.
Wait,
amazing.
excuse me?
You've what?
What was it? Sorry. Go back a step. A tiefling from Silvery Moon?
That's an Harper mage. Well, at least
Harper
my
mage,
sources tell me.
Do you know the name?
Is it of any interest right now?
Yes, otherwise I wouldn't be asking.
It's Callista.
Ha. Okay.
So you came here to discuss names.
No.
Good one.
But Lord Sparrowhawk, what are you doing
If you
here?
excuse me for 1 second,
Well,
the
okay.
mic goes running out of the room.
Okay, yeah, don't mind her. She's just a guide. Anyways, we
No, let me get to this question first, because this is kind of interesting. So you're out here. I thought you're still training in Waterdeep, but now you're here with a group of strangers.
Yeah, because I was done training, and we came to the conclusion that for me to explore my powers, I would need to travel a bit and maybe.
So you're a wizard of the Harper now, of the Harpers now.
No. I'm a very singular entity in this whole game of power. If that makes any sense, but. Obviously, you know me. I'm always living on the bright side. So we did do one of the deeds and helped a company of yours, which is why they gave us this letter, the sealed letter. So here's the report.
Very.
Oh, you met you met. Let me quickly
Exactly.
Let me quickly check who you
That's
actually
her.
met.
That's her.
Oh, there they are. Oh, you met Dana from
Daner.
Mithril Hall and her strike team. That's very interesting. Where exactly did you met her?
Oh well, we were infiltrating a giant castle and trying to get some information for the Lord's Alliance, and then they basically entered while we were undercover, and I think we managed quite well. We destroyed the maneuvering tool, the crystal ball of the giant, and we let the giant live to send a message. You know how it is, and yeah.
Make come on, what's the word? It's
Deception?
Persuasion?
Deception, I think, is the right word. Deception with disadvantage, because as you tell her that, she's looking at the seal of the letter, and she's currently a bit. She's just looking at you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, who did that? Wait, 1 second. 24.
With disadvantage.
Damn it. 20.
Okay. She's like, interesting. Didn't know you were such a powerful wizard now.
Well, also, if you're wondering, the letter got nearly destroyed while we were fighting the giant, but I think you should be able to still read it. It's not our what's it?
I skimmed over it. It's just a report from Dana.
Yeah, exactly.
She already disabled 3 count castles with the one from your castle. It makes 4 already. It's pretty. Giant activity in the north has increased a lot the last weeks. Even Goldenfield was attacked lately.
Yeah, we noticed we were in Nightstone, and it got pretty rough, but we rescued the villagers out of the caverns, and yeah, that's why we went here.
We haven't gotten a reward yet for that. I wondered if someone else in a higher position might be inclined to give us due payment.
Well, I think the treasure of a cloud giant should be reward enough.
Exactly. I mean, he's just kidding. He's just he's a funny guy. He would fit your daughter very well.
Well.
Anyways. Well, yeah, that's our report. If you've got anything for us, maybe we can help you, or we would then just go on with our mission, our main mission. I'm sorry, I know it's. Yeah, I mean, it's confidential, but yeah, I think you'll understand.
So you're a harper after all?
Not quite, no. Not quite.
No, interesting. Well, I mean...
I'm a freelancer, as you could say.
So...
Self-employed.
I see. I'll probably come back to it if there is the need. Is there anything else I can do for you? Thank you very much for the report. I appreciate you did the North a great favor. Keep it in your heart. Stay on your toes.
Oh yeah, perhaps if there would be one thing. Perhaps you could let my my brother, Officer Sparrowhawk, know that we raided a cloud castle.
Well,
just so he knows that I've been helping his group out.
I'll make sure to write it in my report. I'm not sure if he's reading them though, so I can't guarantee anything.
Classic Gunther. Anything longer than a page? No, thank you.
Well, anything else I can help you with now, or?
I look around to my crew and anything you need.
I always wondered how did the conflict begin between the giants and the north? What happened?
Oh well, I'm not a historian. You know the word. Very hard to speak. Anyway, I'm not those people living in the past. I'm wanting for solutions. And what I've figured out is that, I don't know, probably around the last month, child activity in North has increased so much that it's now time to force a reaction. The time for peace obviously is over. Giants attacking all villages left and right, and it's in the name of the Lord Alliance. That's something we can't let happen. So whatever happened in the past, I do not care. But I for sure will not allow any more attacks to be successful.
Most certainly the North must be protected. However, I was just wondering, whatever solution we have in mind here, it does involve the pursuit and the and the killing of all the giants that are attacking, right?
That are hostile, obviously.
All giant needs to die, but at least we need to make a statement.
Do we know of any reasons why they're coming for us? Are they just feeling like it? Or?
This is something we're currently trying to find out. So, Silarius, since you talked about freelance work, this is actually something you could help us out with. Or the whole group of you. If you have any more information on giants, what their plans are, what they want to do, bring them to any officer of the Lord's Alliance. We'll handsomely reward you for any, not for any, but for any tangible information, so to say.
So, what we can already maybe help you out with is that, we already infiltrated one giant castle, and he did trust us, so he did give us some intel, and he actually told us that there has been a rebellion inside of the Order of the Giants.
Wait, give me a second here. Wrong accent, never mind. She takes a scroll. And please continue.
There has been a rebellion inside the Order of the Giants. So as you know, the Giants have a fixed order of how they rank their elements, basically. So if you're a Cloud Giant, you're better than wait, I wrote it down. Give me a second. Where is it? There it is. So we've got the Storm Giants up top, right? And then you've got Fire, Cloud, Stone, Ice, and the Hill Giants down below. But this order has been shattered, so I think they're all fighting for the superiority over the other elements or classes. So,
but why are they attacking human settlements then? That doesn't make too much sense for me.
Exactly, that's the interesting part. Why would they attack the humans instead of, just settle it between them?
I also heard that the giants, collectively or as a whole, have a bit of a rivalry with dragons. And,
that's common knowledge. Come on.
Yeah, that's common knowledge. We know that, but maybe the fact that at least the dwarves we saw, they were working together with dragons might have provoked the ire of the giants. Could that?
You mean Clarion? Ha! Well, this dragon is kind of a special one because he owes us a favor. So.
Oh, I see.
How do you get a dragon to owe you a favor? Just out of interest.
Well, you need to be smart.
Go on.
So it is the only dragon that is aiding the Lord's Alliance.
Well, I can't classify that.
Surely those dragons will have nothing to do with the giants attacking.
Well, those dragons, surely not. I can guarantee you that.
Other dragons, however?
Well, we don't know. We don't keep tabs on all dragons. We try to, but we don't. I know of at least 3 other dragons that kept their head low so far. So I don't think dragons are involved right now, to be honest.
Okay.
And I like it that way.
So you should...
Silarius, Lord Sparrowhawk. This was interesting information. It was not too tangible, but I wrote it down nevertheless. So, as a reward, just to see you, as a gesture of goodwill, as a front payment, so to say, just talk to Donella downstairs. She will give you a discount, or your group a discount.
Oh, well, that's a very kind gesture. I'll to who? Donella?
Donella.
Donella.
Oh, she you know the room where Mirrors made all this pottery? Well, I think since last year or so, like the gnome has set up store there. So, she's a master of magic artifacts, and she's a real lady.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure we'll be in contact. And kind regards to your daughter. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Well, it was very interesting to meet you.
Likewise.
Good. Well, we'll probably see each other again. Please close the door on the way out. Thank you.
Oh, one last thing. Is there anybody here who might have some more, let's say, contracts open in need of some help?
You wish to join the Lord's Alliance or just like freelance contracts?
Let's stick with freelance first.
Well, I'm then the wrong person to talk to, I think. I don't know.
Do you know who we should talk to?
I mean, Goldfield is a safe place, so if you look for trouble, you're probably at the wrong address here.
Cool. No. Trouble is not our friend, so that's great.
Good. Well then, don't forget the door.
Thank you.
I think
So maybe
directly. Sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say directly outside the room, Nemaya is pacing back and forth with her pendant clutched very, very tightly in her hand. And as soon as the door closes behind the group of them, she races up to Solarios, picks him up, and slams him into the door.
Excuse me?
and then recognizes it's a door and slams him into the wall instead, and then asks, "Where is she?"
Where's who?
I need to make sure I've got the name right.
Names.
Callista. Where is Callista? Where did you last see her?
Can you please try not to kill each other?
Can you maybe let me down first?
Where is she, Solarios?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would, and I slam him up against.
Well,
the
you're not
wall
gonna
again.
find out if you keep slamming me into the wall.
Maybe do it one more time, Nemea. Maybe it'll work.
She definitely considers doing so, and then
So
it doesn't put him down, just drops him.
What has gotten into you? Sorry that I hugged you this morning. It was an accident, okay? Anyways, why are you so interested in my backstory?
Nemaya bursts out into laughter at that statement, and she laughs for a good 20 seconds or so before she manages to get out.
Has she turned
Callista-
crazy while I was
Callista's
not here
my
mentally?
mother.
I
Callista's
think
my mother, and I haven't seen
You're
her
what?
in 20 years.
15 years.
20 years, Solarios. Where is she?
What?
Callista is my mother. A tiefling from Silvery Moon with the same name as my mother. It's not a coincidence. Where is she?
Well, okay. So I'm not certain where she is right now.
That's the kind of Nemaya kind of just goes and starts pacing backwards and forwards again.
Give me a second.
I quickly need to read my own backstory. Give me a second.
I just want to see if there's anyone in this building who was alarmed by this incident.
No.
Well, Nemea, you remember the day you got the contract to get me out of Waterdeep.
Yes.
So about a week before that, my well, let's say my family situation got a bit more complicated, and well, that was also the last day I met your mother, or I talked to your mother. She had been training me to use my magic efficiently.
I beg your pardon? She was in Waterdeep?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Navaya just walks straight to the bar.
You didn't know?
She ignores it. Like, she just goes straight downstairs and goes to the bar and tells Milosh to get her a drink.
Lady, you look awful today. I guess you probably need more than golden pop. Am I right?
Your strongest
That's
spirit.
what I thought. I have exactly the right thing for you. Kills even a yeti. Ha! And she gives you double of like very clean liquor. That was a double. Well, I don't ask you. You have the bottle. Just
Yeah.
tell me when you're done. And the room is upstairs. You have the second room to the right on the second floor. Don't
How
forget
much
it.
is the room? How much is the bottle?
Well, don't mind for now. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll get over it. And he pets you on the back.
No, Milosh, I'm not entirely sure I will. Slug.
Tell me everything. Not in the mood to talk, huh? Well,
Can I sit down next to her?
I'm here.
I'm gonna sit down next to you and demand a drink. You
Give
owe
you
me
a bottle.
a drink, come on.
Another glass, Milosh.
There you go.
Well, cheers.
She was in Waterdeep? How long was she in Waterdeep?
Well,
How long was she training you?
she came and go, but I'd say half a century. So
Well,
she-
that's not... What?
Well, okay, she didn't live with us, right? But
Okay, so she trained you. How far did that relationship go?
Oh, are you sure you want to hear the answer to that question?
well, I'll be honest with you. She it was a bit of a distant relationship at the start, but well, she did learn me a lot of things in life, not just about magic, and well, I came to a situation in my life where I was presented with an ultimatum, and I think her influence was part of why I decided to take the third option and not the two presented ones. So I would actually be quite interested to see if she's doing fine today, but my family always paid her well, so I feel like she should be doing quite well. So you didn't know she was a Harper mage?
I didn't know anything.
How long haven't you seen her?
20 years. My dad took me away to Waterdeep, barely gave me a chance to say goodbye, and that was the last I ever heard of her. She gave me this, and that was it. I've written to her time and time again. No wonder that she never responded if she wasn't getting my post, because she was in the same city as me the entire time.
That must be crazy.
Did she also have wings?
I don't think I ever checked. So I'm not sure.
Or maybe the mayor knows.
Maybe. Do you know?
The mayor's too busy drinking. Yeah. Yes. And I never knew what that meant or why. And mine only grew in once I'd left.
They just
If
grew
memory
afterwards.
serves,
After
that may
the fact.
even have been why my dad took me away. I don't know. It's just so long ago.
So it is something that one can learn, or that one can receive after the birth.
I don't know what to say, Sin. I don't know whether I think they're natural. I think it's genetic.
I just want my own goddamn wings.
I can't help you. But
Let's concentrate on the real
certainly-
problem here.
I certainly want some answers.
Yeah, you know what? You know what we should do? So, after we deleted a few brains... Oh, wait, probably don't know what brain cells are. And after we emptied a few of these bottles, I'd say we have a good night of rest. And then tomorrow, we wake up fresh, get a good breakfast, get a good foundation for the day, and then we'll try to find the Harper agent of this town. I'm 100% certain that there's a Harper agent in the city. They're everywhere. Just pick a random rock, close your eyes, pick a random rock in the street, and then just lift it, and there will be a Harper mage underneath it, I'm telling you. So, we're gonna find that, and I'm pretty sure that Callista is well known in the ranks of the Harper mages, because, I mean, I don't want to brag, but my... They wouldn't let anybody into my life. So
How is
I'm
that?
pretty sure we can find out something. I'm pretty sure we can find out something about her and where she is today. So maybe you can get some information, and I can just be certain that she's okay. What do you say?
Yeah, sure.
That's a yes. Get me another drink here.
Well, this discussion goes on. Ellerin, Alaris, what have you been doing?
I think I'm probably having a drink, just like being quiet, not really sure what to say because I'm very confused about everything that's been going on with the whole internal drama here. But yeah, I think going to bed soon sounds pretty good, to be honest.
So you hearing all this, you're like, nah.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, what did I sign up for? I'm sure what's happening here. I'm very confused.
Okay. Alaris.
Yeah, I'm just sitting close by, listening on their conversation.
Since Ellerin is going to bed early, she's probably just taking up one free room right now. So we have not made yet clear who sleeps where.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and go into a room and go to sleep. I don't really care. I mean, and no one's in there, but I'll just go in one of the, what was it, double bedroom, right?
It's 2 beds.
2 beds, yeah. Oh, 2 beds, yeah. I'll go into one of them.
What about the Abbey? Was it Abbey?
There's an Abbey
the
here.
place the place that I was recommended to by.
What do you
Leave for us.
mean? There is. Give me a second. It's the. Where do we have it? The Harvest Home Abbey.
And there is supposed to be an abbot who might also be of interest to us.
Right now it's already dark, so.
Okay, so we should probably go there together after sunrise.
However you want to. You're out of the tutorial. Like, do what you want. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want to do the because I know how stressful this can be. The separate the group kind of thing. And if we all go there anyway, I don't want to go there alone now. I'm not sure. Like, do we have any business as a group?
Out of character, we don't really have anything else to do here. I think the only reason we're in, if I remember correctly, and please someone correct me if I'm wrong, the only reason that we're actually in Goldenfields in the first place was to deliver this note and maybe find a library. at the Abbey for Solarius and Sin. And it's been... I'm going to get very meta gamey, and it's going to be very dangerous if Green Cricket is that kind of GM. But this has been advertised as a safe place, so splitting the party isn't as bad. Anyway,
I guess
do
it
with
also
that
depends on
information
what we
what you
do.
will.
If I start like assassinating monks at the abbey, then so how long is gonna stay?
That
a
might
safe
change,
place?
yeah. But that's in
Uh,
your hands.
But okay, so this was kind of just for me, because out of character, I'd kind of forgotten if we all had business there, then we can just go there together, maybe tomorrow. So
Sure.
I'd also go sleep.
Which room do you take?
Which room do you take?
One that isn't taken yet. And I wanna. Is there like a sign that I turn around that says occupied?
Hey.
Actually, in this
Is that it?
town,
Is it?
in this, yeah, I think there is. Kinda.
Yeah, I
Wait,
do
well, I've got the single bedroom.
that. I thought we had 3 rooms.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
rooms,
Yes,
each with
and there's
double
5 of
beds.
us.
Like not double
Two
beds, with 2
doubles,
beds.
2 doubles and a single.
Yeah, I prefer sleeping by myself without these other people here.
Okay. We have a problem then.
So yeah, I go upstairs. I say, you guys try to make up your minds and find out how to get these wings to Maya. And then I think we should resume tomorrow after we're all rested.
Ah, damn.
What do you not understand about growing naturally? I can't help you get wings.
Did anybody
keep
catch
an
if
eye
what was her name? Did anybody catch if Maxine's, if she mentioned that her daughter was in town, or was she somewhere else?
I don't think she said.
Damn it. I think it would look weird if I could go back and ask. But anyway. Well,
Guess.
stay out of my room, Sin. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Which one was it again?
The one that gets locked and opened with this key.
How should I enter your room if it is locked anyway?
Yeah, I don't know.
So as I go upstairs,
Safari
as I
On that letter.
as I go upstairs. Okay, are you gonna say something?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
because
could grow some wings.
Mirish actually gave out keys. So it's like this. If you want to go upstairs, you go to Mirish, you get your key, and you go. So Elaren has 1 key now. If you go now, Sin, you get a key.
And a key that fits any of these rooms?
No, 1 room, exactly. If you want.
But you can tell the innkeep that you want the single room, basically. That's what he's implying.
Yes.
Which is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Let me get room.
As I walk up to the innkeep, we are far enough away from the table. I just lean forward and I say, could you hand me the key to the single room, please?
Of course, Grant. But you only got double rooms, so it doesn't matter which room you have. But 1 is already occupied. I have 2 more keys for you. Here you go.
I was tricked. I was told we'd have a single room.
Well, you're 5 people and you have 6 beds. Do the math, my friend.
Just like looking at him angrily. And I grab the key and I march upwards.
Okay, free to go.
I have a question to the innkeeper. So I would try to grab him in a very, or no, question him in a very quiet moment. Hope to go unnoticed and ask him if he knows what this rainbow-colored powder is that I've got a pack of.
Oh, I can't help you with that. Like, I'm just an innkeep, but I have in my backyard, more or less. There's this very nice gnome lady, and she has a knack for magical artifacts. I'm sure she knows.
She knows, alright. Is her name by any chance Donella?
Of course it is. You know her.
I've heard of her.
Of course you have.
Alright, thank you very much.
Sure.
And then I try to remember if Donella wasn't that the gnome that was supposed to give us a reward or something?
Well, she was the one where you got not a reward, but like a discount.
A discount for our rooms, or?
No, a discount.
Oh, okay, for whatever she sells. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. So I asked the group that is still up. Anybody want to join me with Donella, or should I go and check what our discount is counting
Oh well, she's probably like she's an old lady. It's very late right now. I don't think she's up there.
Just keep drinking, Solarius.
for?
Nothing matters anymore.
You all right? All right, I'm in.
Turns out that Nemea's a nihilist when drunk.
Hilarious.
I'll just go to bed too.
Okay, so which room do you take?
There's one room that says occupied.
No, anyone could just get in your room, right?
Not without a key,
Yeah,
right?
without a key.
You need to grab the key at
Well,
the
then I have to
accountant.
get then I have to get the other room.
Oh well, I have one more key for you, very frightening dragon lady.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Sure, you do.
And then I go up to my room.
Okay, so all 3 rooms are occupied. Good.
Did you lock the rooms?
Yeah, you can.
I
It's
mean,
a
I locked
quality
my room.
establishment.
I locked my room, most definitely.
Okay.
They were getting along so well.
So
All right.
it's getting later, and at some point also the tavern clears out. It's still weekdays, so especially the farmers went to bed kinda early. There are some people like Oren is still there, the halfling, and some other people. And at some point, Oren is coming up to you and like, "Hey, can I cheer you up, folk?
Yeah,
Want to have a
Sure.
song?
sure.
Want to dance?
Yeah. Okay.
With
Yeah.
somebody?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What
Just a
song do you
song.
What song do you want to have played?
Is there a famous I just give him the name of one of the famous legend songs. They must exist.
Fuck that. Give me
Words.
something with ladies in it. And some alcohol. Come on.
Well, as it happens, I can do both at one time.
He's a genius.
And he sings you the tale of the Dragon Slayer, who tours around the north, slays dragons left and right, saves virgins, and so on.
We here in the north clap on the one. I look around and see if there's anything left in the establishment. Anybody who's interesting or pretty to look at or funny to talk to.
Well, there's some people there. There's also there's actually one guy with dreadlocks. Maybe this looks more interesting to you because you haven't seen that too often. Also, Orin is like, hey, you. Did you notice how I when I described the virgins? How I did it. Did you notice?
Yeah. Yes.
I exaggerated extra for you. I made it up, man.
No way.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm an artist,
No, you're impressive. Impressive, I should say.
Yeah, I am. And you know what? I think it's late now. It's time to get some inspiration. And with that, he heads out of the tavern.
I think as it quietens down, if Solarius comes back to the table,
Do I just follow that guy? Can I look outside and see where he goes?
Well, let's actually put up the map here.
Never been to Goldenfields.
So this is the tavern area, and he's just moving up here and vanishes in the circle of living houses somewhere. Up here. And from here you don't see him anymore.
It seems like so much effort. I'm gonna go back to the table.
Okay.
You come back to the table. Namaya has become glum again. And as you sit down, I ask, as I think probably at this point the bottle runs dry, and kind of like slurringly ask, What was she like, Solarius?
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. This alcohol. So do you know how it's hard to describe? Like the. Okay, so when you have a bottle, an empty bottle, and you put it on a table or something, and then light shines through it. It's like.
Refraction.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to describe how the light looks inside of the bottle. And so I this is probably a really bad metaphor, but it's really hard to describe Callista because she was always focused on how to make me control myself better. So I didn't get to learn a lot about her, but she had a lot of patience, I can tell you that. She had a lot of patience. She was very knowledgeable. She knew a lot. And she was, I mean, it's really hard to say about a lady that is your teacher and a bit older, but she had just natural feeling like she was connected to the surrounding world. Like she was still super young and like still inside of the world. It's like crazy. I am really bad at describing this, but I don't think I ever talked about her with anybody else, so yeah. I hope it helps.
Answers will help. Answers. I'm gonna sleep. I think sleep. Milosh, I think sleep.
Yeah, about that. Like, so you had 3 rooms. I think that's the point where you're going to start sharing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Which ones were they again?
Well, it's the room 203, 204, and 205. Very easy. Like upstairs, right? 2nd floor.
Thank you, Milosh.
Sure thing. Sleep tight.
You too. Have a good evening. And tell you what. Tell you how we'll do this. Let's roll a die. I stumble upstairs ahead of Solarius and don't really notice which room I stumble into, but it is the one that Alaris is using.
So the thing is, Alaris,
I just sleep on the floor.
I didn't lock the door.
Cool. Then at some point, Nemaya stumbles into your room and just goes to the floor and...
I'm just fast asleep, I guess.
Solarius, where do you end up?
I think I was right behind Nemea, and I, without thinking, tried to enter the same room because she's like right in front of me and she leads the way, and then I realized, oh no, okay. And then I closed the door again, and then I check for the next 2 rooms, and then I guess since it's locked.
One says occupied, and the other one does not.
Yeah, I didn't lock the door. I just went into it and fell asleep, so the door is open.
Okay. So for the first one's occupied, I tried to open it anyway because I don't read it. And then I see it's locked, and then I go to the next one, and it's open. And there's an empty bed. Fantastic. So I lie down, just leaning not even closing the door, just shoving it, but closed, and dropping into bed, and dreaming of ladies of the daughter of Naxine. Because that reminded me of my old life and what I had as goals in those days. And yeah.
Okay. After that, all of you go to sleep, and next morning... Well, the first one to wake is Erin, because she went to bed very early, she didn't drink too much, so as the sun rises, she's up and running, as you wake up, you already maybe you heard Solaris into the room. You just see him sleeping next to you on the bed. Maybe it's snoring. You don't know. So you're up, and the day is yours.
Okay, let's go. Time for some adventure. I think the first thing I do is probably check if there is any place to eat some food in this establishment. If anything's going on downstairs.
Okay, so you go downstairs. Mirrors is not there yet, but there's a dwarf milady, and she's manning the counter right now. And as you already see some farmers and some other people eating some food, so you're probably sure that you can also eat here if you want to.
Yeah. Well, I would go up to them and probably ask if there is any food available.
You want to join a table already? Or
yeah, I join a table where there are some farmers eating. Probably.
Yeah. So there's some farmers eating. There's Ola as well from yesterday, and there's also another one. Let's see. Let's get rid of Mirrors. Let's get rid of Nexim. Let's get rid of Oren. Where is he? There he is. So there's this nice-looking fellow here, which with the dreadlocks, saw yesterday, who went to bed quite late and who's here already again. And he's eating some eggs, he's eating some breakfast. You sit down next to him and he's like, "Hey."
Well, hello there. That smells delicious.
Yo.
Where can I get myself a plate like that?
That's very easy. Annie, bring this nice fella here some eggs and some bacon, please.
Yeah, please. I can hear my stomach rumbling a little bit. I'm getting hungry.
Well, there you go. What brings you to Goldenfields?
Goldenfields. I'm following some friends that I met. I guess I could call them friends of this. I don't have any personal business here, but it's been entertaining to say the least so far. A lot has been going on. What about you?
I'm a shepherd here, manning. Well, I have some sheep. Mostly they shepherd themselves, but sometimes you have to get them from one place to another. That's my job here. So, I didn't even introduce me. My name is Shalvos. Nice to meet you. And he extends the hand to you.
Nice to meet you. I shake it.
Yeah.
I'm Ellerin.
And as he does, you notice that he bends his middle finger as he shakes with you.
Sorry, can you say that again?
He bends his middle finger as he shakes hand with you.
I don't think I know what that means, so I just shake it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I lack some information there. You don't look like a regular shepherd. I've never seen a shepherd with dreads before. They're cool, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Well, your style is a bit adventure-y. You can buy some clothes here in the area. It should do you good. Like you can pimp your style a bit. I keep I like just to be a bit fancy because I don't know, like if you can't just manage to sheep the whole day. So
what do you do for the rest of the day, fancy looking shepherd?
Well, I heard this tavern here is pretty nice. So it's kind of like where I stay most of the time. And sometimes I meet people. Maybe sometimes I stay with them. So it's a come and go.
All right, I see. Well, have you met any of my friends that I mentioned earlier? They were here late yesterday.
Oh yeah, you the newcomers. I've seen you and this little halfling fellow who can't shut up most of the time.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and your friend kind of has a hard time. She looked a bit, beaten up. So
yeah, I noticed that. I'm a little bit worried, but I'm sure she'll
you're thinking of a
gather
lot.
herself.
You traveling along together? Or where you come from?
Yeah.
Actually, tell me more.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
well, I'm a simple guy. I come from a small place called Keldel, I'm pretty sure.
It's backstory day today.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yes, I come from this small village called Keldel. I've lived there for my whole life. and I've never really had a purpose there, except for when I met this halfling guy, and you know,
Halfling again.
trained me. Yeah. This one was pretty awesome, though. He taught me a lot of cool stuff, and now I'm finally out on a big adventure, trying to find my purpose.
It's amazing. Where have you been to?
Well, we've been to Nightstone.
Oh, Nightstone, really?
Yeah, we had a lot of adventures there.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, in Nightstone, what happened was the village or the city did not look good, and the actual stone of the city was stolen.
Oh, what you don't say.
Yeah, I know. That was a bit problematic. Well, apparently it was giants that had caused all of this.
No shit.
And we had to kind of solve that issue.
Oh, yeah.
And
so more issues in Nightstone.
Well, there was some issues and some adventures. But after all of this, we've finally found myself here with my friends. It's been a long journey.
Sounds interesting. So I need to go to get to my sheep, but like, are you here today evening in the tavern? I would love to talk more with you.
All right, sure. I'm probably here.
I mean, I'll actually Mirish. I'm paying for this. This is fine. This is on me. We see each other later. I'll
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, you're cool. You're cool.
You're cool. One of the most interesting people I've met in a long time. Okay, I'm off. See you later.
See ya.
Okay.
We're so screwed.
No.
Next one who's probably weak is Alaris, I guess.
I also go downstairs.
First, you need to step over Nimaya, who's
Basically asleep in the doorway.
I'm confused as to why she's on the floor, but
what you see is currently as the guy leaves, you see Ellerin just eating breakfast.
alright, yeah, I go to Ellerin and say, who was that guy?
Well, he was a really nice, cool guy with dreads, and he asked me some questions that I answered. I said that we've been to Nightstone, but that was about it.
Okay.
Do you want some food?
Yeah, I'll get some food. I'll get what you're having.
Yeah, these eggs and bacon are really lovely.
Sure, the dwarven lady brings you some eggs and bacons. And at some point, like the rest of the group, except maybe Nimaya, gets into the room. And at some point later, also Nimaya joins in. And so the whole group at some point is at the table eating some good, nice breakfast. And the dwarven lady comes up. Mirosh told me you're staying a bit longer here. So I just wondered, how many days you plan to stay here?
Oh no, we want to move on. We have
think we're
business to
moving
tend to.
on.
Okay, so who of you wants to pay the tab then? The rooms and.
I think we'll split it.
I'm sure Solarius wants to cover it this time.
This time?
Or any time, really.
You mean like last time? I think we can split the bill. If that's possible.
Well, I'll need the money. You can split it on the table, and I'm grabbing it. So.
Perfect. Then let's split it. How much is it?
Well, it's 3 double bed rooms plus the breakfast and the bottle and the beers, and the first round was free. So we're probably looking at around, well, I would say 6 gold.
I'll cover it. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, well, sure. Well, thank you very much.
This was really lovely. I have to
As
admit.
you
And
give
we
her
might
6
actually come back.
As you give her 6 gold, she's kind of like waiting and like just looking if like just
I give her 4 more.
for
Gold?
4 more gold, yeah.
She's looking. Oh, that's very generous of you.
It was well earned. Sorry for everything.
The wall bashing.
Oh, okay. Like, thank you very much. Like, you're welcome here anytime. I'm sure to give like to tell Mirrors as well. You're always welcome of the Norfair Inn. I hope you'll be back soon.
It'll put us on track for the next free round next time we're here.
Of course, we'll do that. Yeah, that's entirely possible.
One question: is not Maxine? Is Donna here? Donella?
Oh yeah, she probably. I mean, yeah, sun is up. Yeah, I think she probably is around here. Like, don't mind like where she currently is. She's kind of like in the backyard, so to say. But she's really crafty. She knows her stuff, so don't trust her.
Now, one more thing before we leave. Can you recommend any general merchant or any butcher or herbalist where we could stock up our rations and?
Of course, yeah. There are quite a few. I think one of the best one is actually is a Vampira. She's selling seeds, but she also has an amazing store of dried sausages, and the most important thing is she has access to the rations. So she, for the right price, she can definitely supply you.
All right, thank you very much.
Of course.
Sounds good.
Okay, so are you heading outside?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly move close this here. There. So currently you are here. Where or what do you want to do?
Now, before we leave the city, we should go to the Abbey, right? We heard about the library there. I think I'm not the only one who wants to take a look at some of the books they have.
Yeah, I'll join you.
Shall we? Sorry, I'm dealing with multiple things at once this evening. Did what was said about Danella?
Well, we've got a discount at her shop, and I wanted to ask her a few questions, so she should definitely pop in there.
But she's not available at the moment, or
She is.
sorry,
She is.
I was going to suggest doing that first, then heading to the Abbey because I
sounds
thought
good.
Danella was closer. But yeah,
I agree.
Okay. So you're going to Donella?
Yeah.
Okay.
might as well go in and.
So Donella
So let's make it quick.
is actually in the backyard of the tavern, so you don't need to move wide. And you go to the counter, kind of like next to the counter, there's a door. And if you open the door, you're already in her store. It's a big mess, so to say. Everything is lying around. But there's an even anvil, and there's a lot of workshop tables. And there's a little counter, so to say, where she placed some stuff. And she's currently hammering on something, and as you enter the door, she's like, "Oh, hey, hey there!" And as you see her, you probably haven't seen an older lady ever. She's a really old. She's very small, like she's a gnome, and she has like this gray long hair, and looks like already very like how to say, like her skin is already very palish, and she doesn't look too good, but she's up and running.
Donella, we've heard so much about you.
Oh, thank you very much.
So little time.
What can I supply you with? Can I help you? You look like adventurous.
Yeah.
I
You
have
could say that.
exactly what you need.
I knew it. Well, we talked to Maxine Drafkala yesterday, and she pointed us towards you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, she said that there's some sort of discount that we're getting as a reward.
Everyone can choose one item for free, is what I heard.
Well, I think it's more like a general discount. If I think we can do a general discount. My items are worth so much. You can't get them for free.
Of course not. Of course not. We wouldn't want you to go empty-handed out of this trade. So
Also quickly for the chat, because you're wondering about Witcher Dungeons and Dragons RPG session, we did that. So you can go to my YouTube channel, Green Cricket, and you can actually watch us play Witcher Dungeons and Dragons there. We did it for 10 episodes until we switched to this one. So
It was awesome.
okay,
It was very awesome.
Yes, watch it.
So yeah, what can I help you with?
that's. I do have one question before we get into your wares. Maybe you can tell me exactly what this is. What I'm traveling with, and then I'll show her the bag.
Identifying, that's definitely possible. It will cost you a fee of 20 to 100 gold. Well, 20 to 50 gold pieces, depending on the piece of equipment or item. Since this looks like an ingredient aisle and plus discount, I would say we can do 15 gold pieces and identify this item for you.
Well, we did hear a lot about you. We didn't know you were a jokester. So, how much do you really want for identifying this powder?
Well, typically I do 20 for powders, so 15 with the discount.
15 gold.
Yes. It's a magic powder, isn't it?
Well,
Well, if you apply a magic powder and you don't know what it is, it can cost your life. So you like 15 golds for your life is definitely a good investment, I think.
Well, what if I have an item and I don't know if there's anything magic about it? Can you tell us at least for free if there is
of
something
course I
magic
can.
about it?
That's I do for free.
Okay. As my comrades are still deciding whether they want to go for the trade, could you see if there's anything magical about this winged snake ring that I found?
Yes, let me see. Yeah, this doesn't look magical at all. It looks nice though. The snake is well crafted.
Would you be willing to buy any of our goods for an
Sure.
appropriate?
Like the ring, for example. Like I love to enchant rings. That's like one of my specialities.
You could even enchant it.
Of course I can. I mean, what do you think me for? I'm a runesmith. Dear still, sir.
Could you enchant it with something that hurts the wearer?
Well, possibly. Like, tell me details and let's see if I can do it.
I mean, I don't have an amulet, but could you make an amulet that chokes the wearer, for example?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I think I could, but so
Only for protect, like for
I don't
reasons
know
of
whether
protection.
anyone else in the party is kind of eyeing Sin with a kind of what expression.
since we didn't came here to satisfy our kings, maybe we can focus on the really important parts here. So, is there anything magical about this powder?
Yeah, it is that. Ooh, yes, it is.
All right, I'll pay the 15 gold.
Okay, well, give it to me. Come back in an hour, and will readily supply you with all the information you need.
Do you have a scale?
Which scale? Dragon scale?
Oh, no. Something to weigh this, because I would like to make sure that it's the same amount.
Of course.
When we get back.
Come here. Put it on
thank
here.
you. Mhm.
Careful.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. 100 uses.
Perfect. 100 uses. All right. We'll be back. I'll be back later then.
That is a lot of users, actually. Before we leave, what about these gemstones? What about these gemstones here?
Gemstones.
Gemstones, yeah.
Are they just gemstones, or are they like?
I mean, the group probably doesn't necessarily know, but I found them in the chest at the tavern.
They look like.
Oh yeah, no,
gemstones.
none of us know this.
Just gemstones.
Yes.
Oh, these are family heirlooms. It's been in my possession for a long time. I always wondered. There was something interesting about them.
I do have one more question outside of the game, just for D&D Beyond. There says items requiring attunement. What does that mean?
So
Do I have to attune it before I can use it? Or?
Yeah, some items require you to have like a special. Some, for example, require bloodline. Some require you a special, like if you need a sorcerer, you need to be a warlock. You need to be a whatever.
You cut out.
Some require you to be like wizard. Some require you to be a sorcerer. Some require you to do certain ritual to be performed. So it's attuned to you.
Okay, so I would like to ask if she knows how to attune this ring that I've got.
Oh, give me the ring. Which ring is it actually?
It's a ring of jumping.
Oh, ring of jumping. Oh, I don't. For that's easy. Like you put it on. You don't need to attune to it.
Huh.
It's not a very complicated spell.
Solarius, would you care to exchange your ring of jumping with my ring of warmth?
What is the effect of the ring of warmth?
As far as I know, it keeps you warm.
Funny, right?
So, like a fire spell I could use, or...
Well, for actually, let's say, for 10 additional gold pieces, I can give you exact details of the enchantment if you want to, since you already know what it is.
No, exactly, I already know what this is, so I don't think I need any extra information.
Okay, I know what I want my winged snake ring to be able to do. I need to ask you, Danana, can you make it a ring of levitation?
Yeah, I think it could be doable. Let me just look at the level of the levitation spell.
I don't need your jumping ring if I have a ring of levitation.
Well, let's see. I need to browse my catalog of spells, which I'm actually able to do my spell book, so to say. Good, that's in alphabetical order. I'm very smart. I'll make that way. Lightning bolt, that sounds lovely as well. Locate object. I'm going the wrong direction. There we go. Levitation. Oh yeah, that should be doable.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if levitation works exactly as you think it will, but yeah, we can do that.
How much would it be?
I must say, Danella, that's a very beautifully designed spellbook
Yeah,
you
thank
have
you very
there.
much. My brother did the artwork. Oh, so for this spell, I think it should be permanent, right?
I mean, as long as I wear it, yes.
Okay, so the thing is, well, it will have some restrictions. For example, limited uses per day, for example, because magic is very special typically it fades at dawn or dusk, for example. You probably have limited uses and a limited duration where you can use it, so you can't use it forever. So you can, for example, levitate probably 10 minutes, and then it's probably gone for the day. But that's kind of like the limitations for the spell, and then we can do it for sure.
I still haven't heard a price.
Well, if you do it like that, and I think we go around like 150 gold pieces.
That's about on track, by the way.
Everyone, we need to find work.
Oh, but I have also so much, like, you haven't even checked my store. I have so many good pieces here. Like, if you...
Oh yeah, I'm actually interesting. What do you sell?
Oh, if you're willing to spend, what's kind of like your budget?
There is no limitation.
No, oh my god, then let me show you my price thing. Look at this beauty. And she shows you, it looks like an armor, but as you look closely, you see that the armor is wooden, but the wood is kind of like moving a bit, and it seems like it's alive.
Oh.
So this is my I call it the living armor. I think it's very on point, and it's so good because I made it that way. I actually used living trend material from Goldenfields, and as long as you feed it, as long as you give it enough water, it will protect you better than it's like hard as a chainmail, even harder. But you can sneak with her, with it as well. I don't know if it's a her. I didn't ask the trend before. Never mind.
Sorry, Danella, did you?
Yes.
Did you violate Live lass
Oh no, I would never do
to
that.
make this.
No.
Huh.
So that is my prized possession.
Your prized possession. Anybody interested? Anybody interested?
Oh, young lady. Like, oh yeah, you little... Yeah, you. What is your name? She looks at you, Nemaya.
Nemaya.
I think it would suit you perfectly, Nemaya. It looks like made for you. You want to try it on?
Nemaya kind of nervously looks at it. What was the detail on it? It was just a chest piece.
It's a chest piece, but since it's moving, it's like a wooden chest piece. Let's call it like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try it on.
Okay. As soon as you try it
Sure.
on, you feel like the armor is like tightening around you a bit, and it kind of like adapts to your shape, and you feel weirdly free, even though it's kind of heavy at the same time.
And I still have full movement.
Because
stuff.
as you move, you feel like it supports the movement, as like the branches kind of like move with you.
And this is trying it on over my cloak as well, because otherwise.
Yeah, it adapts totally to your form.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, enough. Come.
Danella, would you? I know it's a lot to ask, and I understand if the answer is no, but would you, for a moment, allow me to a private place where I can try this on properly? Just is there a shed or something? Is there a shed or something in the garden?
We can do it like this. Your group exits the room, I stay. I've seen all different races naked at this point. You don't need to be ashamed.
Is it an open space enough that strangers can...
Well, if we close the door, it's not.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
We have a potential buyer here. Come on.
I asked the group to give me a second.
I think we
just
all
one
know what
second.
this is
Just
about.
Fine.
Can we just turn around?
just close the door and stay. It's fine. I wait until the door is closed, at least, before I take off my cloak. I just want to double check that it fits properly around the wings.
As you opens the wing, she's like, my, that is something new.
That, unsurprisingly, that is not the first time I've heard that.
It fits perfectly also with your wings. As I said, like as you enter it, the armor kind of makes space for the
Makes space for it. Cool. How much?
This, well, since you have the discount of the Lady Maxime, it will just be 600 gold pieces for you.
600?
Of course. It's master-crafted, individual made armor.
Unfortunately, that is a little above my...
Oh, that's not a problem. The sir here said budget is not a problem.
That's true. I look at Samaria.
Well, for part of this, well, I don't know what your budget is. I just wanted to know what kind of crazy items you've got, young lady.
Well, now you know. You want to?
Well, it seems that unfortunately, as much as I'd like to keep that, I can't afford it. I put my cloak back on.
Well, if you're done with all your silly ideas, I would like to come back to the levitation ring. Now,
Yes.
I am in the possession of these very valuable family...
yes.
Past some sort of family gemstones. What would you say if I told you I was willing to share them for a price with you?
Well, we can make a
Wanted to
trade.
share.
Gemstones plus money equals your ring of levitation.
Gemstone plus what kind of money?
Well, show me the gemstones again. What gemstones are there actually?
Just gemstones.
And from the cave.
Not from the cave, from the a tavern in the chest.
Oh, it's from Morak's chest.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I see. I would say 50 gold.
As far as I know, I turn to the group. When I helped making the caves north of what was it called? Nightstar?
The Nightstone
Nightstone.
Caves.
Nightstone? A safer place? Someone took the liberty of distributing my gold among the villagers.
Yes,
My
you
share,
did. You
okay.
did that.
I still cannot believe that this happened. I believe that the group as a whole owes me 11 gold pieces and
No, we don't.
99 silver pieces and 63 copper. I think that is exactly how much the group owes me after everything that has happened, and I think that the time has come to pay up.
So you
And,
mean after I paid for your room and your breakfast and your drinks, your water, I still owe you any kind of money?
you wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for me.
Okay, we need work. We need to get some cash. I thought you were. Namaya thinks about saying what she was about to say twice in public company and asks in a different way. Do you have nothing left from your work in Waterdeep?
Oh, I do. But this price, to be honest, is quite steep. And
No, it's not.
It's
course.
master-crafted.
of course, a lot of the gold always has to be spent for everyday expenses, and I share the bounty that I make. I'm not sure about other people in this group.
Yes, amongst the people of Nightstone.
Ellerin, Alaris, is like you're awfully quiet. What goes on in your head?
I was gonna go up to Sin and say, do you still have that healing potion?
Yes, I do.
I could give you money for that.
For old time's sake, Alaris, do you really need to ask for something in return?
Oh my god.
You know how much the healing potion means to me.
Okay. I will lend this to you.
You would.
The money, yes.
It's a deal. Perfect.
Not all of it, because
And so you can lend me around 12 gold pieces.
yes.
Perfect.
Fine.
Good. It's a deal then.
But I expect the levitation ring to be done before we leave.
Yes. Probably takes me a day, I think. It's individually crafted. What do you expect?
Well, we have some business here in the town. Maybe if you would put it on top of your queue, maybe we'd be able to pick it up before
We'll
nightfall.
see. I can try it for sure. Okay, so Alaris, you deduct your 12 golds, and Sin,
Yeah.
you deduct your gemstones and the rest.
38 gold.
Can I try to pass her 5 gold
Mhm.
to never mention the wings to anyone.
Oh, dear child. And she gives you the 5 golds back. Well, why
Okay.
would I do this? You're my customer. Just come back and pay for something you can afford, and I'm very happy.
When we come back to collect the powder or the
For sure.
ring, I'll have a look at the stock I can actually afford.
Okay. Good.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, you young lady down there. Yeah, you. She looks at Ellerin.
It's a guy.
Oh, young lady. What did you call
Oh,
me?
young lady, I hate it so much.
Excuse me?
This is like
Excuse
this
me.
is the worst pitfall all the time. I need to get your picture. Of
Yeah.
the
No.
player.
You're telling
Yeah.
telling me.
It's okay.
Young man.
Yes. I don't know about these limitations and
Oh,
all
you
of,
don't need your
moving armor. Sounds pretty spooky.
It is spooky, but it has like so much more. Like, can I interest you in something? What do you need? Like, you look like I don't know what you look like. You look very wrecked.
I look wrecked.
Yeah, I think you could take some stood up. I have shoes, for example.
Shoes.
Yeah. You could
Well, okay. What kind of shoes do you have?
Look at this. Made from, well, they're not from elfin skin. They're just called elfin skin, but they're actually leather, so don't worry. Look at this. They're like...
Okay.
They're like... wait, they're the boots of elfin skin. Look at this. Try it on.
I suppose I could try it on. Do they do anything special, or are they just looking fancy?
They look very fancy. And run around.
Okay, well, I guess I try the boots on and run around a little bit, but
Do you hear something?
do I hear something? I don't know. Maybe.
You know
I
why?
don't? Okay.
Because it's the boots.
Oh.
I see what she did there.
Okay.
For example,
I see.
I have many more items like this. If you make up your mind, give me the boots, and just tell me.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I necessarily need boots like that.
Oh, just saying, like many more items here to sell.
Okay.
Just tell me a budget. I can provide.
Where do I see my budget?
Under equipment.
You
Equipment.
Next
on
to
the right-hand
actions.
side, it says currency.
Okay. Currency. Oh. 19 gold?
Well, I think. Well, I think these boots probably are not in your price range then.
Probably not, yeah.
Okay, well,
Fair enough.
I come back later if you.
Is there anything in that price range?
I fear not.
I thought so. What's
Fair
the
enough.
minimum price range you have?
Oh, I have like 100 golds. I have like. I think the cheapest are like. I have like a potion of healing for like 40 gold. So
40 gold.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's fair.
unfortunately, Danella, though the discount is nice and much appreciated, I think, other than the ring and the dust, we may have to wait until next time we're in Goldenfields.
Okay.
Do you have any interest in buying a ring of jumping?
I mean, it's a very common enchantment. How much would you be willing to part? Like, for how much would you be willing to part with it?
I mean, it's a beautiful looking ring, and I just wear it for the aesthetics, but I think for around 100, 150, I think I would be able to part my ways with it.
Let's try. Let's haggle. Go for. Go for.
Is that how
persuasion.
much that ring is worth?
Give me a persuasion roll.
24.
Oh,
I mean, it's a very beautiful looking ring. It's like not worth the enchantment, but I think for 130, I probably would be willing to, because I need to make a profit after all.
You know what, Donella? You take another 5 of the price for the powder, and it's yours.
Okay, let's do it.
Fine.
Okay, so you part with the ring of jumping. You get your 130 gold plus the discount on the powder. Okay.
Danella,
well haggled.
do you pay good money for rare books?
Depends on books.
Books from the library.
Don't tempt him.
Well, off with you. I need to work.
Yeah, thank you very much, Donella.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
So, where do you want to
Oh,
go?
guys, I'm gonna get a ring of levitation soon. Are you as excited as I am?
Come on, map, load.
Oh, it's still pixelated.
My screen on the last scene had just become unpixelated and you
Oh, I'm
swapped,
so sorry.
and now I see nothing again.
I've gotten used to just watching the stream actually, because that is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
pixelated at all.
Okay,
Just a very slight delay, like a 1 second delay or something.
I'll
Yeah,
bring
me
it
too.
up then. Because I only have chat and not the actual stream open.
Did I, just as a general, like, I should have a rough knowledge on how much things cost in this world, right? So,
No. I think of all the people, you actually have the least amount of knowledge what things cost.
okay. Okay, yeah, true. Do I feel gratified with that amount of money, or is that like...
I'm not sure if you have... Like, I mean, that's kind of... It's quite a lot. I'm not sure how much you had in your pockets most of the time. So...
Yeah. No, it's a lot of money for my position right now. I just wasn't sure if it's like selling a magical item for that price point.
I mean,
okay.
you kind of feel like you convinced her actually to pay a bit up. So, because it's the beauty of the ring. You feel quite good about this trade.
Okay, good.
So, where do you want to go?
I think we shouldn't waste any more time. Let's go to the Abbey. Because before the...
Okay.
I suppose the monks there? Or
Do you
maybe
know where
monk
it
is
is?
the wrong word, the priests. Before they go to their nightly prayers.
I mean, Nemaya knows where it is. So, Nemaya can lead you.
Yeah, I'll just take us there.
Okay, so you move past the living houses. You go next to the fields. As you pass by Lifeless's Grove, which is in the middle, you see as Lifeless, the big end, is currently like moving slowly and trying to softly shake his head, where I see some kids in his crown sitting. They're laughing out loud as he playfully tries to shake him off, but every time one kid actually tries to fall, he's stopping, he catches it again, puts it up back, and the kids have a ton of fun.
As we pass, I say to Solarios, "This is Livelas, the living tree. You missed this in your haze."
This is amazing.
I do have the feeling he's kind of like the babysitter of this town while the farmers go to work.
He's a good tree.
And
Nice tree.
while you move further, you at some point reach this little grove here, where you see a little mini forest, to say. And in the forest, you see some trends doing some work in the grass, and you see a priest which is currently watering some of the plants out here. And you go up there and you enter the abbey. Again, the abbey, similar to the tavern, it looks again like this northern big meat house. And as you enter the door, let me actually put up my okay. There you go. As you approach it, you see on the outer walls there are statues of this very well-formed lady you have seen at the entrance of Goldenfields, next to the entrance left, in different poses. Sometimes she harvests crops, sometimes she watches some plants, sometimes she's just praying in front of a plant, of growing plant. And one time she actually has her hand up to the sun, as you enter the door, you enter again like this big building, this meat house building. But this time, as soon as you enter, you feel like the air, the humidity kind of changes. You feel it's getting more tropic, so to say. It's very warm for the time of year, even though it's currently late spring. But in this, you feel already like it's high summer, and you immediately start to sweat a bit. You see that there are glass windows on all the sides, with stained glass decorated with images, but it feels like the glass intensifies the light from outside. And you see on the side of the room, there's all different sorts of vegetables and fruits growing, fruits which you have never seen in your life so far. Who's going in first?
Me.
Okay. So as Sin goes in, the first thing you see is this big bear. It's a big
Oh my
black
God.
bear moving right towards you.
I say, who wants to go first? and
And the bear
and
approaches.
then turn back around.
Okay. So since no one comes by you, the bear sniffs at you. Then
What? I turned around.
you turn around? Yeah, but who passed by you? No one?
No one.
Oh no.
Do any of us even see the bear?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're
Okay.
all in. So
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
So the
If
bear's...
the bear comes close enough, then I'll put my hand out.
Okay, so he just sniffs, he licks you a bit, and he just goes next to the door and goes to sleep. Where you see a second bear sleeping already.
Oh,
Cool.
why does it have to be bears?
Okay. In there you see some priests. You see it from the robes as they're tending to some of the fruits and the garden, the in-house garden, so to say. And you can approach them, pass by. It looks like a very big building. It has some side chambers as well. What are you going to do?
I would like to go to. Do we see anyone who looks like the spiritual leader?
No,
the abbot,
not really.
or- Then I say to the group, let's find the person who runs this place,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to walk up to the next best priest-looking person.
Should Tia be praised? How can I help you on this sunny day? It should be raining later, so be sure to equip accordingly.
Thank you for the information. We were looking for the abbot of this place. We were told by Leopold that he might have answers to the questions that plague us.
Yeah, Mr. Darovik. Of course, he's the abbot here. I think he's currently inside his chamber, so maybe you can just walk up to it and knock. It's like right over there.
Sure, let's waste no time.
Okay, so move forward. As you approach the chamber, I want to have you make an perception check.
Anyone? Or just
The
Sin?
one who kind of wants to knock.
Me. 21.
That's good. So as you approach the door, you hear a loud conversation. You hear a female voice and an older man voice arguing about something. And you hear discussion about... give me a second. About defense. You hear something like defense of Goldenfields, and it's not enough. The attack, no guards intensified. Like, why did he? Why is he such a stupid? Why don't you do something? This is insane. Oh, keep calm. Like, he defended once. It will be fine. But haven't you heard, giants? Blah blah blah. This is pointless. And with that, the door opens as you just stand in front of it, and a young lady exits. And where do we have him? This is he. Don't I have her in? Oh, give me a second. This is. I'm obviously not prepared here. I surely have her here. Oh, don't I have her here? Give me a second. I can fix this in a second. There we have her. Oh, there we have her. Perfect. Quickly need to save it, and then you will see how she looks like. There we go. And I just need to put it in here. Pew! There you go. There she is. Her outfit is the same as the other priests in this temple. They have these black robes with the blue stripes. And she's kind of angry, and she nearly runs into you. Or she actually runs into you. And she tackles you. I'm sorry.
Well, excuse me, I didn't mean to stand in your way. Anything we can help you with?
Never mind. And she just rushes off.
Well, not our circus, not our monkeys, right? Could we?
The
Can we
abbot stands
proceed?
inside and he's shaking his head.
Well, I look to the others and see if they're willing to enter with me.
Yeah,
I'm joining. Yeah.
after you.
Visitors, welcome to Goldenfield.
I hope we're not bothering you at an inopportune time.
Well, it's just the eagerness of the youth.
Oh yeah, I know a bit or two about the eagerness of others, especially the irrational eagerness. I throw some
Well,
some
she's
angry
not
looks at
irrational. She just needs to learn when to forfeit a fight and when to fight. This is a
Why
skill
fight?
not many people have.
Any reason to fight?
Oh, it's just different opinions.
All right,
a
I guess
peaceful
that's.
place like this with no worries, where every adventurer can go and call it their home. Why fight about anything? Shouldn't it be a perfect paradise? Really?
Well, we try to keep it that way, yes.
Interesting. Well, our group and we were wondering if you might help us with a few questions
course.
that we have.
How can I, as a humble servant of Chantea, help you?
Well, our quest has led us to the mystery of the spell play. Sure, you've heard of it.
Of course I
Educated as
heard
you
of
are.
it. I've read about it.
Now we know that it is about the disappearance of magic and it being connected
Yes.
to the death of a god.
Yes, it is.
Anything-
It's
Anything more you can tell us?
Well, history has shown us times and times that the pantheon of gods is not as stable as it seems. Gods are powerful creatures, but when gods go to war, gods may even die. What? Something specific you wanted to know?
Is there?
Do you have a library?
Yeah, of course.
Do we might research a bit? And,
Of course, but maybe you can. Well, to use our library, I ask you to ask one of our acolytes to accompany you. He may help you, and he may also guide you through our collection of books.
Nice. Because I would be interested in some history of sorcerers who try to cheat the way that magic works and failed ultimately in the end.
Well, I'm not sure if this is the right library for this. You probably wanna maybe go to the Wizards Council or like a library of those. I think they have more. We focus more on the spiritual side of things, but like cheating is fate, or like cheating generally it's not. You know, when we talked about the spell plague right now, and yeah. It's not a good idea, but well, suit yourself. But I would suggest another library for that.
No, I'm 100% of your opinion. I think that it's terrible what they did, and I just want to learn and how to, well, mitigate or maybe hinder these things happening again in the future.
It's a very noble goal.
Yeah.
Still,
I know.
I'm not sure if you have the right books.
Well,
I can maybe suggest you a book about the goddess of magic.
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Of course, let my acolyte just guide you to it.
Mhm.
Anything else I can help you with?
Well, in general, I do wonder, as powerful as the gods are, they are sometimes, not just sometimes, but quite frequently involved in our mortal lives.
Yes, they are.
With the looming conflict between the giants and us humans, well, not us humans, but us northerners. Do we know if there's any gods potentially interested in this conflict?
I mean, I'm not an expert, and I've also not researched giants a lot. What I can tell you though is that like every race in the north typically prays to different gods and has their own pantheon. So I think like the gods of giants probably, I don't know who or how much they are, but they probably, well, I don't know, maybe they give them some spiritual, say it, structure, some belief systems, and maybe those beliefs like interact with whatever they want to do. Because belief is a big part of our world, why shouldn't it be in theirs?
Have you ever heard of gods fighting each other?
Oh, well, yeah, regularly, sadly it is.
Huh. Interesting.
Do you know if there's a harper mage in town?
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't think so, no. Well, at least
very...
I don't know. I mean, they typically keep to themselves, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for me.
And like anything specific I can help you with. Maybe you have a book about the spell plague. I'm not sure about the spell plague specifically, but maybe about the gods that took their part in the spell plague. Maybe it can interest you in that. Maybe that helps
Definitely.
your quest.
I think the most interesting part for me, though, is how that god died, who caused the spell plague to happen. What killed it?
Another god did.
Another god.
So in a nutshell, let me give you the brief details. So there was this deity, like this ascended deity. His name was Cyric. He was aided by another god, so he arose to godhood himself. And as soon as he did, his first action as a god was he entered Mystra's domain. It is Mystra is the goddess of magic, and the first thing, like, he invaded her domain, and he slew her with the combined power of his own and like the other god, and together it was she stood no chance.
Basically what I told you, Sin, right?
Basically. Well, it sounds like quite an undertaking. Not the easiest mission to slay a god.
I mean, I mean, gods are the most powerful beings on not even on this realm, but in all realms. So,
but would there be any other way to lift a curse?
Curse?
That is passed.
Well, it depends on the curse. Is there something specific you want to talk about?
What curse are you talking about, Sin?
Well, it's not a topic that I like to.
Oh, you can
discuss.
trust this person.
I
mean, it's only us and him. So.
I made a promise to a friend who is very, very much negatively influenced by a curse passed down by a certain god.
So you're asking for a friend, obviously.
So, Larius, what are you trying to suggest?
I'm just trying to make you feel comfortable.
Well,
so we can help you.
I would be
your friend. I mean, your friend.
My friend isn't here.
Yeah, of course, yeah, sure.
If you want, this can be a private conversation. Like we.
Yeah, we can keep it between us three. That's fine.
This is a waste of time. Do you have this book that you talked about?
Yeah, sure. Just ask my acolyte to give you the history and the description of the pantheon of Firun.
Okay. Well, I wander off and I go to an acolyte. I mean, you guys can keep talking.
Okay, so Sin wanders off. What does the rest do? Elrin, Alaris, etc. You're sweating. It's very hot in here. But the smell is very nice. Like you smell of everything smells of smells you haven't smelled before. It's very intriguing.
And it's very hot, right?
Yeah, it's quite hot. It's very humid. Like.
And I've got chainmail on.
yeah.
I think I want to wait outside.
Okay. Ellerin, what are you going to do? I think like two people already left the room. 3. It's now you and Nemaya with the abbot, more or less.
Okay. Well. I think I'll go probably outside too.
Okay, so you meet up with Laris outside and...
Yeah.
It's too hot for an ice dragonborn.
If Sin and Solarius are going to the library, I'll tag along because there is actually some research I'd like to do.
Okay, so Sin, you're getting the Pantheon of Gods. Solarius, what did you ask for?
About interesting sorceresses who try to go beyond the expected.
Yeah, there's not much about it, but it's just like a bit of documentary about the gods of magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Nemaya, what do you look for?
Do they have any kind of history, like general history on Nightstone? I know it's probably
not specifically about
right.
Nightstone. Nightstone is a very small town.
Okay. Do they have? I try to describe. I describe the actual Nightstone to the acolyte to see whether they have anything that. No.
Not really.
Yeah, who
maybe
steals the
that's-
Nightstone?
There's like a book about spiritual artifacts, which they recommend you. Maybe it's in there.
I'll have a look through just in case.
Okay.
Do my due diligence.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Sin. You have the book about the pantheons of God. There are a lot of gods in there. I quickly just go read and you say stop.
Okay.
There's Akkadi, Amananter, Asmodeus, Auriel, Asuf, Bane, Beshava, Baal, Shantea, Sirik,
Hey, I
Dinara.
said stop a long time ago.
Oh, sorry.
Because you put quiet.
Okay, which one
Oh,
do you
okay.
want to know? But
Baal or Baal or whatever you want to call
Baal.
it. Mm.
Baal is the Lord of Murder. And what you read about it is that Baal is kind of like not in... He has quite a history. He already died once. And he was resummoned in Baldur's Gate. Actually, some time ago. It's like more like 2.5 centuries, maybe 3 centuries ago. And where like a big cult of Baal reappeared and like resummoned him into this world. There's nothing left of this cult because most of them like died those days. But that was the day he reclaimed his spot in the Pantheon. And there's actually a very interesting story, if I can find it, because that's a really good story. There we go. It's the story of the legend of Knucklebones, Skull Bowling, and the Empty Throne. And it is, it's about, like before Baal and the current Pantheon was there was Jagal, and he was kind of the lord of everything. He controlled the afterlife. He controlled when someone dies. He controlled everything about it, basically. And he ruled over this throne of bones in his territory, so to say. But all things died and he stayed. And at some point, like over the centuries, he was there like since the beginning of time, more or less. He has built his kingdom of death unchallenged by any other god. He was more powerful than all of them. So he at some point grew tired of his duties. And in his indifference, his guard was taken, like he let his guard down. No one is sure if he was unwillingly or if it was willingly because he was joining for end or for death himself. And in this dark area, so to say, 3 powerful mortals at this point. It was a long time ago. It was Bane, Baal, and Mirkul. They lusted after this power that Jagal possessed. And they forged a pact, they an unholy pact. They wanted to try to get so much power to take down Jagal. and they travel, they get artifacts, and at some point they harnessed so much power that they managed to visit Chagall in his domain, and he entered there, and they met up, they journeyed through the grey waste, they sought up the castle of bones, they fought through armies of skeletons, legions of zombies, horde of wraiths, and even liches. And at the end of their lifelong quest, then there stood the Bone Throne. And I claim this throne of evil, Bane the Tyrant shouted to Chagall. And I'll destroy you before you can raise a finger, threatened Baal the Assassin. And I shall imprison your essence for eternity, promised Myrkul the Necromancer. And Chagall just arose with a weary expression and said, I don't want to fight. The throne is yours. I've grown weary of this empty power. Take it if you wish. I promise to serve you and guide you even, as your seneschal. And then he had his final list. He said to them, who among you shall rule? And that was the question that split the pact of all three of them. And they started to fight among them. And the fight took on centuries, and no one could get the upper hand. And Chagall, in the beginning, thinking of that this could entertain him for a while longer, grew weary of them again. And at some point, he just said, "Look, I'm done with this. I split my kingdom in three. Each of you can take one part. Please choose." And again, they started to battle. They wanted to know which one is the first one to pick. And so they took each skeleton and they played Bane of knuckle bones. And they rolled the bones, and one of them won. And Bane actually cried out triumphantly. He said, as a winner, I choose to rule for all eternity as the ultimate tyrant. I can induce hatred and strife at my whim, and all will bow down before me while in my kingdom. Myrkul, who had won the second place, declared, but I choose the dead, and by doing so I truly win, because all that you are lord over, Bane, will eventually be mine. All things must die, even gods. And Baal, who finished third, proclaimed, so I choose death, and it is by my hand that all that you rule, Lord Bane, will eventually pass on to Lord Myrkul. Both of you must be honored to me and obey my wishes, since I can destroy your kingdom, Bane, by murdering your subjects, and I can starve your kingdom, Myrkul, by staying in your hand. Malak rolled in frustration but could do nothing, and so yet again only the beasts were left for him. And Chagall merely smiled, for he had been delivered.
Cool.
Oh goddamn!
Cool.
But that was a long time ago. Now, like what you also see in the book is no one really worships Baal. There are only a handful of individuals. There are no temples left for him. If someone does a murder, they sometimes paint his sigils on the wall just to pay homage and thank him for the successful murder, so to say. But there's not much publicly known after that. Any god you want to know more about?
I think I heard enough.
Okay.
Can I keep the book?
No, the acolyte. There's an acolyte watching you. Each of you has one acolyte who's just watching over you.
I'd like to learn a bit more about the Lord of God of Magic.
You got a
Or the
magic.
goddess.
We can look at her. She is called. What is the Dwarven Pantheon? Oh god, lore. Mystra, goddess of magic. H.M. Mili Myrkul. No, that's there we go. Mystra. Her symbol is like a book with a blue star shaped on it. And she's not only goddess of magic, but also the goddess of possibilities. And typically people pray to her if they want to complete very crafty parts of magic, like very something special and something outstanding. And she's also the essential force that makes spellcasting possible. So when she died, the spell plague was put into place, and magic was very unreliable. And only with great effort she could be brought back into the world, and now she rules yet again in the pantheon of gods. And this is also why magic is now back to the state it was before. And yeah.
Okay.
Could I ask the acolyte? Is there any way to borrow one of your books?
I fear like this is a private library, so if you would be one of the Emerald Enclave or one of our priests, yes, but sadly to foreign people, no. But you can come
Any
here
way
to
to-
read anytime.
Oh, what if I need to get the crucial information while I'm out there in the field? Do you
Well-
want my life on your conscience because your book was too valuable to you?
You better prepare first, I would say. Reading and like information is never a good thing to put behind.
You could try copying it.
Of course, if you want to copy, like we provide ink and paper.
How long would that take
What do you
for
wanna
someone?
copy?
Well, one of the few chapters of gods that might be relevant to our journeys.
Probably like 2 or 3 hours, depending how quick you write. 2 probably.
Okay.
We've got that time.
Well, if anything, what I would like to do is, because I don't want to bombard the group with more god stories, as cool as they are. Maybe just so that we have a way to reference them later on if we leave the city. The story of Baal, of course, so don't forget about it. And then maybe if there's more info on these other 2 gods, the one that controls the realm of death and the realm of life, without reading them out now, just to write them down now.
What you also read there, like for the channel group, this is still interesting, about the dead and like how the dead work in these realms. So if a person dies in the north or in Faerun, their soul goes to the city of judgment, which is in a plane which is not on this like on the physical plane, it's a spiritual plane, and there they wander for all eternity. Actually, they wander without any purpose or any goal until a deity they chooses to adopt them and pull them into the realm. So if you're a worshipper of a certain deity in life, it's very likely that this deity picks you up from the city of city of judgment very quickly. But if you don't follow really like a goddess or a god, it takes quite a time until some of them says like, yeah, you will be mine. And then in this realm, typically whatever the goddess values, so for example if Chantea, the souls might be finding themselves like growing crops for the rest of eternity. So depending on what you value, it's good to pick a god and who likes what you do, or like you like what the god does, so to say. This is it. Story time's over.
Noted.
Okay, so you copy the book. Ellerin and Arius are outside. Silarius reads a bit, maybe copies some stuff as well.
Yeah, I
Nemaya,
want to.
you look through
Yeah.
the book and like glancing over it, you probably also spend 2 hours or something. You don't really find something about the Nightstone, but you find different artifacts of different gods, like what they are special. What special artifacts is, like the Thor's hammer, for example. Any special gods that you wanna reference specifically?
Did Nightstone have a patron deity?
It's as you remember, it was Miliki, like the goddess of the hunt.
I'll have a look at Miliki then.
So as you look at,
Are there any artifacts related to them?
let me look it up quickly. So Miliki is like this goddess, the forest queen, the lady of the forest, and she like her son is the unicorn. And typically she's also portrayed as the hunter. So often artifacts to Miliki often are bows or handcrafted hunt weapons, like a spear, a handcrafted spear, for example. And typically they're very plain weapons. They're not very ornamented or something. They're just like very ordinary items who can be granted power by the goddess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I asked, like, I give the book back then and thank the acolyte, and ask the acolyte where I might be able to pick up a history of Nightstone somewhere, whether they have a recommendation.
So, Nightstone is a very
Or the
don't-
area. Nightstone.
Yeah, I mean, probably the bigger
area.
cities like Waterdeep, Daggerford, Yatta, maybe. You know,
Anything that might reference the stone that was there, so that we may work out why it was stolen.
I mean, if this was a magic artifact or something, it should be there in the history, I guess. I'm not. I don't know much about the history of Nightstone.
No, I don't expect that you know anything yourself. I just would like to know where I might find out more.
Yeah, I think like a history book is probably the best option.
Okay, I'll go searching through some more libraries at a later point then. But thank you for your time.
While everyone is in there, like after half an hour, Illyrin and allies, you feel like the people are like not coming back. So what are you going to do? Currently staying outside of the abbey. Anything you want to explore yourself, or?
Should we check on them if they're taking?
Yeah, I think so. It's taking weirdly long for sure. We should go and have a look, see what's.
So you see that like they're busy just transcribing, reading. You can like wait for them, or you can head out on your own.
Okay.
Well, I go up to. Can I go up to Sin
Sure.
and say, how much longer do you still want to be here?
Oh, I don't know. All of this is quite a bit much. I mean, I feel like the others there are starting to pick up on some of my other habits, you know? And I'm not sure what I should share with them.
Well, do you think they're gonna react negatively to it?
I have my suspicions, they might. But anyway, I learned a bit more on this, and I show you the chapters that I've copied so far.
That's a lot to read.
That's not just a lot to read, it's also a lot on our plate. And are you sure you still want to stick with us here? I'm not even sure what's in this for you. What are you getting out of this? I really appreciate you and your company, but do you know what you're getting into here?
I mean, we've worked with the Zerrikanians, so it can't be that bad.
The Zentarim, you mean?
Zerrikanians.
I know they told you
Tomato,
the
tomato.
world, but that's
Tomato. You know what I mean.
Well, I think what we're gonna face here might be a bit beyond the reaches of Zentarim and the like. And somehow all of this is connected to the giants. It's what Zephyrus told me in the castle. That this all played into each other somehow, at least for my destiny. What did he tell you? I forgot from last time.
He just told me some information on some dragons that are about, and that I need to always stick by with my friends.
Yeah, he told me the same. We need to stick together.
Mhm.
God, with everything that I'm putting myself through, it's hard enough to save my own hide all the time. Now, there's these three, plus you, that I have to look out for.
You don't have to look out for me.
Yeah. At least with you, I know you can look after yourself. That's true. Anyway, I need to copy this. It's a lot for me to process, and I wish we had some kind of direction where to go next. It's so much ahead of us, and whether it's the giants or now all this, I don't feel like you're ready. I don't know what we could do. We need stronger allies, more powers to best all these odds. I don't know where to start.
I don't know
Ellerin.
either.
Yeah.
So Nu, you're
Is there-
you're not the only one left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm outside. Do I see anything outside that's like worth looking a little bit more into, or is it just?
I mean, you see just this is Lifeless still playing with the kids. Goldenfields is big. You haven't explored a lot of Goldenfields right now. You're just in the living
Yeah.
area, so to say. So I don't know. You could wander around. You could, I don't know.
Yeah,
explore.
I think I'm gonna wait for the rest of the party, just because we kind of agreed on not splitting up too much. So I don't think I'll start running around anywhere from here. So I think I'll just wait until they're done, and then we can figure out what we have to do together.
After 2 hours, it's now around lunchtime, I would say. Everyone is coming back out, and yeah. What do you want to do with the rest of your day?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Ellerin. There was a lot to read.
I can understand that. Don't worry about it. I enjoyed the nature.
Don't we still need to buy food and rations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to get hungry.
Same.
But have you figured out any way to make money in this town?
No.
Oh, this town isn't. You're not likely to find our kind of work here. We might need to move on for that. We were here for information, which we either do or do not have, and randomly finding out that people that we don't really know all that well knew our mothers. Apparently, that's a thing here too.
Anybody still remember why the giant wanted to drop us off at Goldenfields?
Well, taking notes, I see. Well, it's not my problem.
I thought it was just for the information. Was there something else?
Well, he didn't.
I
Wait,
remember
what
he said he wanted
information?
to drop us off.
No, he wanted to drop us off at Goldenfields.
Goldenfields, yeah.
And
It said we would then find the next step of our journey there.
yeah,
Hmm.
that we should
Didn't
look for.
clarify what that meant.
Hmm.
I hate wizards.
I wish I could go back and ask him and grab that big hat on the tower.
So the grove that we are in here with the abbots and other priests, is that like, are there like any trees with fruit on them?
Yeah,
Like apple
there are.
trees.
They're very strange trees as well. They're very differently. You haven't seen this kind of trees before.
Anything that looks edible on them.
As you look up one tree, one of the acolytes says, "Oh, you wanna try out one of our special fruits?"
You're not trying to poison me, are you?
Of course not. Come here, don't be a... See what Mother Chantea gifts you. Like all of this is a gift of Mother Chantea. And he pulls up a very strangely shaped yellow fruit, and he peels it off and gives you the inside. It's shaped like a
Why-
moon.
Why is it yellow? Is it not ripe yet?
No, it's perfect. Trust me.
Okay, I like what the fruit tastes like.
It's perfect. It's sweet.
It's
It's not very tough to eat, and it feels very. It's haven't tasted something like this before. It's very good.
or I guess I ate it then, I assume. From smelling in it to it tastes very good. Seems very
That's how they poison you.
convincing.
This is what
do you have
life
any
with
more?
Chantea gives you. You sow and you earn the fruits of your labor. So this is a life I can just recommend to anyone. Really, it's very fulfilling.
Yeah. Is this life a life of giving?
It's giving and taking. You sow, you earn.
Huh. So about the giving part, how many more of these could I pluck from the tree? Or would
Well-
you be willing to hand me?
I mean, we're not like, look at this tree. It's still, there's so much we can give. So take
Oh,
this.
understandable. I would just see. I have been blessed with the fruit from the tree of Shantera, but my group, they are still over there arguing. I would love to bring some fruit to them. So
We
that
have a lot of different,
maybe-
and he just grabs some things. He gives you a little basket of fruits. There are like tomatoes in there.
Ah,
There's different fruits and vegetables you haven't seen before, and all of them taste very good.
oh, I ate them already. Nice.
Oh, and he just brought the
They taste very
basket
good.
with, you know.
Well, I guess I'm sharing them with you.
Well, that's kind.
Is there any dragon fruit in there?
Yes, there is.
Ah,
See, this one's for you, Alaris. I was
Thank
being
you.
considerate.
Thank you.
I like this.
Thanks for the
I like
light.
this evening of D&D so far. What we did was drinking, eating fruits, buying stuff,
Reading.
reading. I like it.
this is the difficulty I have playing open world RPGs, Green Cricket. This is why I haven't played The Witcher.
Too much to do.
Too much to do. Shall we wander? Shall we explore more of Goldenfields than we've seen so far? Now that Solarios mentions what the giant told us, I wonder whether, as has been the way of things recently, we have to go and find it before it finds us. Whatever it may be.
And I think what I would want to share with you, friends, now that we know each other a bit better, is something that the giant in the castle told me.
Mm-hmm.
And he spoke of a god called Baal. I took some notes here about him. And he couldn't tell me in what way exactly, but he seemed to be involved in this conflict of ours. In a way that neither the giant nor I can yet fathom. It seems like he might be one of the challenges that we are facing. And as we go along, if you find out anything about him, about what we can do to stop him, as insane as that sounds, being
Yeah,
that
and
he's a
stopping
god.
the god of murder is pretty,
Yeah.
pretty low down on my priority list, I'm going to be honest.
Sounds like a great achievement, though, so I would be down.
You'd be down killing a god?
Oh, of course.
And maybe we'll end up being friends after all.
Oh, we weren't friends already?
Ah,
No. Anyway, I thought I'd
Anyway.
share with you. It was time for some honesty.
well, thank you for sharing. We have some time.
So the question for me
Actually-
is there any specific thing you want to do until your stuff gets delivered in the evening from the little gnome lady? Buying rations and stuff, you can just shortcut that for sure. Like, you'll
Yeah.
find a place, you will get your rations, just pay for it. And, you know, anything special.
Are there any other hotspots in the city of Goldenfield?
The brewery, I would say. Like, there's one more thing, is the brewery. Other than that, Goldenfields is kind of...
You cut out, I'm sorry. I
Except
didn't hear it.
other than the brewery, there's not really much, I think, which you can visit hotspot wise.
Okay.
Just don't get drunk again. I don't want to spend much more
Yeah,
time in this place.
Sure. I'm just. I think we should wander for a bit and see if what the giant said
Okay.
occurs. I'm not sure. I just.
So let me make
Sorry,
this
what-
easy for you. You just want to casually you use the afternoon to explore Goldenfields a bit. You want to see what else there is and just look around. And you move a bit upwards. On the left side here, you see a little sheep perch, and Ellerin recognizes the man with the dreadlocks from the morning. He's currently he's chilling there in a on the ground, laying on the side. It doesn't look like a lot of work. As he sees you, he just greets you, and you move on. And you move further upwards. You see some more living quarters. You see orchards of different sorts of trees. You see the brewery of Goldenfield. You see this little lake and how they actually they have this very interesting way of watering the fields. It's very well crafted, and you just look around and you go for quite a while. So this takes you quite a long time to actually move around. And I would say after like 2 or 3 hours, let's quickly go through the whole of Goldenfield. You go up there, you make the round. You see fields over fields, little farmers' perks. You go back. You're back at the entrance where you can also buy some provisions. So, how much provisions do you want to stock on, for example?
Let's say 10 days.
10 days
That's
sounds
10
good.
gold,
Okay.
right?
No.
10 gold?
No, it's not.
5.
10 copper, right?
No, it's not copper as well. I think it's 2 silver or so for a day, but let me quickly check it out.
Well,
That's one of you.
I don't have silver.
So someone needs to lend some gold.
Other is 100 silver is 1 gold.
Oh, okay.
And 100 copper is 1 silver.
Yeah, isn't it 10?
Is it 10? Okay,
I think it's
maybe.
10.
I thought it was 100.
No, it's 10.
So it's then 2 gold.
Give me a second.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Trade
Sorry.
goods, lifestyle expenses, tools,
Should I put a ring on that thing?
backpacks, rations. Oh, yeah, 1 day is 5 silver pieces. Never mind me. So 10 days is like 5 gold.
5 gold. Okay.
5.
And
I'll cover you, Sin. But you owe me. It's not a gift.
I'm sure I saved your life somewhere along the lines, and this is how you treat me. You got cheap on me.
Whoops.
And after your whole day of exploring and walking through Goldenfields where really nothing happened, the only thing maybe which is worth noting is in front of the brewery, you saw some guards sitting there drinking beer. You also saw something what looked like the captain of a guard, like a half-orc, but he has quite some belly, so we don't know in what capacity, since he at least had like this big badge on his shoulders. They were drinking there. Other than that, there's nothing noteworthy. And so when the sun slowly goes down the horizon, you find yourself back at the tavern, and you can check in with the gnome lady to see if your stuff is ready.
Yeah.
I also just want to make sure, now that we walked around the city, did it seem like the defenses were weak or something? Because we overheard that conversation earlier.
So let me quickly check if there's never mind. Yeah, so for you, what you see is like there were guards patrolling on the walls. For you, since it was such an open space, you can't really discern like if the defenses are weak because you can't like get the whole situation. But when you were near the walls, you at least saw guards on the walls, and you're also patrolling. If it's enough, if there could be more, you don't know really. Inside Goldenfield, the guards were kind of like lackish, so it seems like the focus was more on the outside walls than on the inside. It's like it was less inside security. But on the other hand, you also have the feeling that this is kind of like a peaceful town, so...
Well, I will stay vigilant. Before we enter the tavern, I would like to do a perception check if anyone's following us.
I mean, you don't need to do one. I can just tell you there's like no one following you.
Okay.
So, the little gnome lady has finished your ring of levitation. If you provide the money, you'll get the ring of levitation.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's right there in D&D Beyond right now, so it may appear magically next time in your inventory.
Okay, I can just edit the winged snake ring though.
The young lord from before. I examined your powder. It's very delicate powder. It's fairy dust.
It's fairy dust.
And I miscalculated. It's only 10 uses. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a very clever way of using 90 uses, isn't it?
I bet you she used it 90 times herself.
Excuse me, can I put that on the scale
Of
again?
course. And she puts it on scales and it's the same.
Okay. Well, that's a rough miscalculation, but
Well, I was not sure which powder it was before, so...
What is pixie dust then?
Good that you ask. This is part of the identifying service, so let me look it up right now, and then I'm going to tell you in a second. There we go, pixie dust. It's very strange substance. So most of the time it has a certain effect. Sometimes it may differ though. So most of the time, if you sprinkle someone with the dust, you enable the creature to fly.
Gotta be kidding me. I go outside.
But only for 10 minutes though.
I start laughing.
But the other, there are side, how to say it, it can go sideways as well. Like pixie dust is not very reliable. So,
What was that?
That sounds perfect.
there's side effects. Pixie dust is not very reliant, so there may be some failures.
Like I said, perfect.
So I just so I'm sure I've got 10 uses of this
Yes.
pixie powder.
You can add it
Pixie
to
dust.
your equipment in D&D Beyond. It's there for sure.
And it's pixie something, pixie dust.
Pixie
Pixie
dust.
dust.
Anything else I can help you with?
No,
Good.
thank you.
No.
Do you have any other interesting items in the 200 gold range?
200 golds. I think so, yes. So we have the potion of healing, the potion of fiery breath. I think,
I don't like potions. They're these one-time things, and then I never use them because
We
I
have-
always think there has to be a better opportunity
there
to
are the
use them.
boots of Elvenkind, and we have the boots of the Winterlands, and
What?
one. Oh, this is maybe interesting. We have 2 more things, but they may be a bit more expensive. So the first one is a cloak of elven skin and a head of disguise. But this is all my stock here. Like more I don't have.
What is the cloak of elven skin?
What does it do? Or
Yeah, what is it so special? What makes it
well,
special?
it kind of camouflages you.
Interesting. Go on.
What going? No, it camouflages you. That's what it does.
Well, okay. How much does it hide you?
Well, if you put it over your head, then it hides your head.
And it works anywhere. So
Well, yes.
not just in the forest or something. Okay.
As far as I know, I didn't create this, to be honest.
An elf cloak. How much do you want for that?
For the cloak,
Mm-hmm.
I think this one is around 300 gold pieces.
So I guess with the discount, around 250.
Make a persuasion check.
21.
Oh, that's good. Let's see. But she's a tough daughter of a. Well, I mean, guess there is the discount. But I need to earn as well, and you know, this we already give you a good discount in pixie dust and everything. You know what? Let's make it 280.
280. Wait, first of all, I still need to pay you for the
Yeah, you do.
pixie dust. How much was that? 35, right?
10 because of the
Oh yeah, 10.
the discount. Oh, you know what? 270. We call it deal right now.
Can I try it on in here?
Of course.
Let me put it on. I want to see how much it covers me, how big it is.
It's
I can
not
move
perfect,
freely.
so you're not invisible or anything. But if you look through the cloak, it kind of takes on the shapes and colors of what is behind you. So it's more like a military camouflage thing than like an invisible thing. But you're sure that if you use this, you're probably being less seen.
Okay. Well done. It's been a pleasure, but this really is more gimmick to me. So one last question: do you have any daggers, special daggers, or do you know a blacksmith where we can maybe acquire some?
A special one. What do you mean a special one?
Well, if you look at this one, looks quite nice, but it's not very sharp anymore, and it doesn't hit that hard. So I was looking for some more impact.
I can maybe enchant it if you want to.
Well, I would prefer to first of all find a better foundation on something that you can then cast a spell on. Okay. Do you have a blacksmith in this town or an armory?
Well, I mean, there's like the Emerald Enclave supplies the guards. I'm not sure if they let you access to their smith, maybe.
Okay.
Good. And with that, the evening is here. So you find yourself in a tavern yet again. This time Oren is not here, but therefore the Dreadman and Mirrors is there again, and yeah, there's the farmers come drink again. This time also Naxim is sitting on a table and she's enjoying a glass of red wine while she is reading some kind of book.
I'm still a little frustrated. It would be good if just once fate were a little more obvious. I cannot believe for a second that the giant was lying.
Well, I really can't remember 100% what he told us, but I'm pretty sure it was something along the way that we should start our journey in Goldenfields and first stock up our supplies and everything, and then fate would
reveal itself. Yes.
Reveal itself, yeah.
Most importantly, though, at least to Alaris and me, he said that we need to stick together, that we need to take care of each other, and I suppose whatever we do, we're in it as a team.
Mm-hmm. If only there was a looking glass through which we could look into the past, listen to our own conversations.
Mirrors is delivering beers next to you. You're like, well, actually, there is. You know, there are magic artifacts that can do that. So,
sorry, you cut out again.
Well, actually, there are magic artifacts that can do that. Like I've seen crystal balls, which you can use some divination magic to actually do that.
True.
Yeah. And never mind. It's just listened in like on the side. Like, don't worry. You want to have anything?
No.
Drinks today? No today? Okay. Well.
Yeah, we promised to stay sober today.
Well, actually, have you heard of any threats to this city?
To this city? Well, except the giant attack from 2 weeks ago, which was very surprising, to be honest. No, the city stands like a wall.
So wait, the giants attacked you. Was this? I look at everyone else. Am I being silly? Was this common knowledge that the city was under attack as well?
We were told about this last time around. In fact, I think I meant to check with the at the tavern and clean forgot about it.
Yeah. So what happened exactly? Did you just easily manage to defend yourself, or?
Well, it looked like, I don't know. Well, yeah, we did. Like we had to help a bit because our guard captain is kind of just like Anders, you know. He's not very capable. He likes to drink a bit much, to be honest, and I don't think he takes it too seriously. But other than that, I don't know. And with that, you hear like the lady for the priest, which was sitting, which nearly tackled you, Sin. She's actually sitting on the neighbor table, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well, That's so true. And she just sits down at your table and, are we talking about Goldenfield's defenses? Because I have a word to say about this. Well,
what is the problem?
the problem is that he's lazy as shit. You know, we should have never given the Lord Alliance the permission to appoint their guard captain here. It's a good agreement, right? Like, we deliver the wares, they give us protection and stuff, but the Emerald Enclave should take control over this completely. He's just a fat alcoholic. He does. After the attack and after the rumors of giants all over the north, he didn't do anything to increase like guard shifts. I actually patrol the guard like with the guards sometimes because I'm not like 100% sure that there could be a slip in our defenses or something. So there needs to be a change here. The Emerald Enclave needs to take over.
It's a bit outside of the Emerald Enclave's jurisdiction, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly the problem, isn't it?
Well, maybe. Did the giants that attacked Goldenfields, were they looking for something, or did they seem to be doing anything other than attacking? Did they have an objective?
Well, I mean, they tried to get in, but like our walls and our and the guards were able to defeat them. Also, Mirage chipped in a bit. It was like, yeah, I put in some old from my, I've been an adventurer myself, so I chipped in, and like Maxime also can quite, she doesn't look like it, but she can throw quite some punch, So like we helped all together, and they didn't come in, so we kind of don't know what they wanted because we didn't let them in.
What were they? Hill giants?
Yeah, what kind of giants were they?
Well, I'm not a giant expert, but they weren't too big. They had some ogres with them, and the giants were a bit bigger than them. So I don't know. They didn't look like fire or frost.
They didn't attack from the skies. They attacked from the ground.
Oh yeah, they did.
What, ground or skies?
Sorry.
From the ground or from the skies?
From the ground. They just like walked up on us.
Interesting.
It sounds like hill.
From what direction did they come from?
Oh, they came from the east.
Is there any known giant territory?
Oh, I don't know.
Any other places you heard of that were attacked by the giants?
Well, there are rumors, like we heard of Nightstone, and we heard of some small villages, which are scoured by giants, but yeah. Anything special you wanna do? Because the night goes on, and...
Do you have anything in mind that we could do as a group to help you with the city?
Well, I think we're pretty safe here. I mean, I don't think you want to hire as a guard or something, or as a farmer, so...
I thought you were unhappy with the way the city handled, but just the laziness of the people above? Nothing we could do.
Well, the laziness of the guard captain, at least, so... And it goes later and later, and some farmers leave, and at some point the door bursts open. A little halfling, like Oren, you know him, enters the room, and with a voice like thunder, like 3 times as loud as like you heard any man shout before, he screams into the room, "Goldenfield is under attack!" And with that, we end the session.
Here we go!
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That was it.
Thank you for putting us out of our misery.
Well, he like Sin did the ring of levitation. I mean, right?
Yes.
I am so sorry, audience. I'm so
So, but we're probably going to play next Monday again. So, like, I'm not sure because like Christmas is approaching, so we still need to figure that out.
I am not here next Monday.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. So don't forget to
Stay
follow us
tuned
on Twitter.
on Twitter.
Yeah, honestly, because that's where we kind of like are able to let you know, because we're not sure if we make a Christmas break next week or not, and when we start playing again. So it could also be that like we only start playing again in the new year. So it may be a break of 2 weeks or not. I have no idea. We'll see. So follow us on Twitter to know. And yeah.
Thanks, Bane. Love you too.
Anyway, thanks for watching. It was a pleasure. Like it's always nice to just read like what you write. It's really nice. It gives like playing a whole new level because people are commenting on it. So it's really cool. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, chat was awesome today.
Chat was awesome.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool. So thanks again. And I hope we'll find out what happens to Goldenfields soon. So until then, I wish you all, if we don't see each other again, I wish you a happy Christmas and maybe a happy New Year. So
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
easy what happens.
Yeah.
So see ya and have a nice evening. Bye.
See you soon.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.